everybody. This is Tiffany with the Private Room, and tonight we have a couple of guests with us, and we have a surprise for y'all as well. So I'm really excited for us to be on here tonight. We have Mr. Bugsy Calhoun with the sexy Miss Karen Joyner with us tonight. This beautiful couple right here, we met. Well, I actually met them before, but we kind of reconnected in Columbia a couple of weeks ago. And so I am very, very happy to have them on. Also, wanted to let y'all know that we have a new host that is going to be joining us. We thought he was going to join us next week, but he is here with us tonight. So we will go ahead and introduce him tonight, and I'll let him do his own introduction here in a few when I can see his handsome face. And then tonight we are also starting something new that is going to be going into the new year, is that we're going to be doing our artist music reviews. So we are starting tonight with our first artist, Mr. Surprise. So I hope that all of y'all are in store and already ready, got your drinks. I don't know what this is I'm drinking. I think it's whiskey and lemonade. That's been kind of my thing lately. So I'm having my drink right now. I hope that everybody is comfortable and that y'all are ready for a good night. Y'all know how we do. No holds barred. We're going to talk about everything that we want to. We ain't going to hold back from nothing. And we expect y'all to do the same. So make sure that y'all join us live on our Facebook page, our YouTube page. You can enter comments on the thread. You can post your questions. You can cuss us out, whatever it is that you want to do. This is an adult format, so just make sure that y'all have some fun. That's all we care about, is that y'all have some fun, and hopefully y'all learn something too, because we always try to educate people as well here on the relationships and sex talk on the Private Room. So we are going to do very, very quick introductions, and then we are going to get started. So we are going to start with our guests, which is Bugsy and Miss Joyner. If y'all could go ahead and introduce yourself. Y'all keep laughing every time I say Miss Joyner. That was my little sexy talking to Miss Joyner. Y'all don't mind me. I haven't had my nap today. I haven't had my nap.
She Miss Joyner. I understand.
We're laughing because his last name was actually Washington, and we're married, so it's actually Washington, but it's okay.
I'm so sorry. Well, I'm only going off of your social media, so I should have clarified that earlier. That's why he's looking at me. He's about to come over here and slap me on my cheeks. That's why
he's hyphenated though, so it's okay. That's why he was like, "Oh, so you not Washington?" But it is.
No, it's all right. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I thought you were.
What's in the name? You know. What's in the name?
I thought you were doing one of my moves. See, I kept my daddy's name after I got married, so I never changed my name. So, a lot of women, they don't change their name these days. That's a whole other topic right there. Mm-hmm. So I kept my maiden name. A lot of women do. So thank you for correcting me. And it's Mrs. Washington going forward, Mrs. Washington.
or when a storm, it doesn't matter. It's like I said, it's in the name. Peace and blessings. This is Bugsy Calhoun, by way of Brooklyn, by way of South Carolina, representing Tribe Slam Team, Unusual Suspects, Black on Black Rhyme. And this is my wife, the most beautiful winter storm, Karen Joyner, Washington, and the place to be. We're happy to be here with you, wife.
I think you got it all.
All right.
You got it all.
Represent Allendale,
always.
South Carolina, always. The Dale.
Okay. All right. I have no idea where Allendale is.
Nobody else does either besides her.
Don't do that. Don't come for us.
This country.
Big shout out to Allendale, South Carolina.
Okay, so Allendale is on the map tonight because I'm about to look up on my map. Where is Allendale, South Carolina? Let's see. I'm gonna zoom in and see if I can find Allendale, South Carolina.
Barnwell and Hampton.
What's the biggest city to y'all? What's the closest city?
So if you're going Orangeburg, if you want to stay South Carolina, Orangeburg, Aiken, Augusta. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I've heard of those. Okay, so I got it. On the map, officially.
We on there.
Yeah, what she said.
Okay, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Surprise, please introduce yourself, sir.
I go by the name Sir Prize, Sir, because I'm a man. Prize, because I'm multi-talented. 2022 Queen City Hip Hop Artist of the Year Award winner. 2023 nominated Queen City Hip Hop Artist of the Year. 2023 nominated Best Presence, Best Stage Presence. Also new Artist of the Year and Male Artist of the Year. Politick'N tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Try to vote for me. But I'm also the CEO of the Clock Table Entertainment, which is a company. We do a lot of things as far as like graphics, entertainment, promotion, it's all sorts of type of media. I go by the marketable beats because I cover all sides of the whole table. Like I sit in all seats. I'm an independent artist and I'm an independent. I go crazy.
Okay. And we know you go crazy because you have performed at the Top 10 Showcase on a number of occasions. And you're going to be performing for my birthday, January 18th. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for performing for my birthday. So if anybody is watching tonight, if y'all are in Charlotte, North Carolina, January 18th, please hit me up in my inbox so I can give you a free ticket for y'all to come out and celebrate with me and to come see Surprise live and in person performing for my birthday for the Moulin Rouge theme at First and Gold, January 18th at 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. So if you are in the area in Charlotte, or you can come to Charlotte, come on out. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be my birthday, and it's the first Top 10 Showcase of 2024. So that's going to be January 18th at 8 p.m. right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So thank you. We also have, I can't even say he's a special guest because he is about to be one of us. We kind of broke him in a little bit in Charleston, gave him a little taste, and I was just like, look, Chris, you just have to join us. You don't have no choice. And he gave me that look like, oh, and here he is. Here he is. We just kidnapped him. So Chris, please introduce yourself.
My name is Chris So. I'm an MP, motivational poet, spoken word artist. Report live currently in between Columbia and Charlotte, on my way to Columbia. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and thank you for having me. We're about to turn up tonight. Let's get it.
Yes, let's get it. See his energy, y'all. See his energy. I'm telling y'all gonna love him. Y'all gonna love him, okay? And okay, so we're just gonna jump right in. We're gonna jump right in because I can be a little talkative. So what we're gonna do right now is we are going to listen to our song of the night by Surprise, and you are going to tell us what y'all think, okay? And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and get into our interview. So make sure I want reactions, I want hearts, likes, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. I want y'all to let us know what y'all think of this song. So, sir, tell us the name of the song.
My bad. I had to go. I had to run upstairs real quick. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Which one we doing? My City, or we doing Go Get It? Which one we doing?
Go Get It. We doing Go Get It.
Go Get It. Let's go get it. This song right here is for all the motivational people who wake up in the morning and go out there and work, hustle, grind, never settle for less, and just keep it going, like never giving up.
Yes. All right. So here it is. Y'all make sure that y'all tell us that y'all like it in the comments. Again, heart, like, sad face, angry face, all that good stuff. And of course, our cast is gonna say how they feel too. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Once I awake, it's the games I don't play. Shower, get fresh, and out the door for that cake. I go get it. That bag, I gotta fill it. If I see it, I like it, I just buy it. I go get it. CW sneakers, that's my brand. Let's talk business. I've been doing me since middle school. I'm ambitious. I go get it. I'm so cynic, but no COVID with it. It's over with it, how I overdid it. Let's go. I'm gonna get that bread. I'm gonna get that paper. If it ain't about the money, we can probably more later. I made a life change, yeah, I blame it on me. I'm never starving, just hungry. Time for me to feast. I came from where to eat your food, make you scrape the plate. I told myself, stay patient. They know that you great. Nobody gave me a pass. I'm ahead of my class. Check my sash.
Gotta get to the money. Go get it. Go, 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 go,
that bread. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that paper. Go, 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 go get it. The slowest mouths don't get fed. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. I suited up fresh, Stacey Adams, no gators. At crunch time, my front line, eyes on that paper. I got the game covered, now I smothered, I'm gravier. They know that I'm the master of time, I won't play with you. I keep the menu popping with about 5 flavors. I'm driving around town, blowing gas, no vapor. I shine, you shine, we shine. I make the stamina rise, that's why I ain't signed. I'm winning a chip, MJ when he was sick. It's no stopping the gifted, that's straight Pacific. I survived when it got live, through trip when they threw 5. Hit the bank, got on my grind, New York state of mind. I'm back, document that. More vicious with more physics and analytics. I let the room for critics. I go get it, my bag's packed. I moved on, there's no turning back. The art of rap, gotta get to the money. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that bread. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that paper. Go, 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 go get it. The slowest mouths don't get fed. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. I bet they know now, surprise, get it poppin'. This here provide services.
Yes. Yes. I saw Miss Washington over there jamming with me. I saw you, girl.
Yeah,
I saw you, girl. Okay. Surprise. Text me. Is that somewhere online for everybody to hear the rest of it?
Yeah, it's on all platforms. Also, a video out on YouTube.
Okay, send me the link so I can drop it in the comments. And I want everybody to tell me. Make sure that y'all go listen to it. I'm about to put it in the comments on our Facebook thread. Y'all tell me up under the song link. Y'all tell me what y'all thought. Okay, hearts, likes, mad faces, cries, whatever you want to do. Tell us what you think. All right, that was Go Get It, and I think that took us right into our episode. Real nice. I loved it. What do y'all think? That had a nice little beat to it.
I did.
Got me excited.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. What y'all think? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? What y'all think?
Yes, I liked it.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I like
Nice.
I
Yes.
know 3 verses. Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
You don't hear 3 verse songs no more.
You don't hear
That's
3
right
verse
there.
clean songs no more.
Right.
That
true.
part.
Right.
That
Good work,
part.
bro.
Okay, nice. Okay, so surprise, make sure that you send me the link to whatever platform you want people to listen to. I'll put it in the comments. I want everybody to tell us what they think of that. This is our first artist song of the week. The first artist song of the week that we are doing on the private room. We're going to keep this going. We already got submissions going into January already. Wow. We just put it out there today. We already got submissions. So thank you, Surprise, for sending in your song, Go Get It. That's a perfect start to our episode. If you want to stay on, you can. It's up to you. If not, make sure that you watch the comments and we will all go and do a review when we get off tonight. Thank you so much. And again, you can stay on if you like.
Definitely appreciate the love.
Yes. So, Bugsy, we're going to get into our episode and our theme, but I'm going to let Tiffany. So, Tiffany was the one that named the theme tonight. And I'm going to let her tell everybody why she named it what she did. Because I was doing plain. I said love and politics. And she was like, no. She said no. So, come on,
No,
Tiffany.
we got to add a little spice to it. And I felt like that was just,
right
that spice to it.
Yeah. So if everybody knows, Tiffany K is Miss Tiffany K. You can't replace her. She's not replaceable. You can't duplicate her. She is who she is, and she's creative, more creative than me. I'm just straight to the point, and she like gives all the fluff and the butterflies and the roses and everything and stuff. So she came up with the theme tonight, and we really wanted to talk about this because we know the society, the government always has something to say about what people do in their personal life. And one of them is who you love, who you marry, what marriage is, so forth and so on. We know that we've had all types of guests on here. We've had polyamorous individuals and couples. We've had one person that prefers to say that he's a polygamist, but polygamy is not necessarily legal. We'll talk about that later. We've had LGBT guests on here. We've had interracial couples on here. So we have a lot.
We've had a plethora
of
people.
Everything.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment on this podcast at all.
Never. And then I'm looking at my notes with Bugsy. And I'm gonna put on here exactly what Bugsy said, which is the reason why we doing this episode tonight. So let me look, unless he remembers, but let me look.
No, please remind me what I said.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we were talking about whoop, 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 the state of our community. So when I was asking him what subject he likes to talk about, he said poetry, hip hop, love, politics, and the state of our community. So that was that. And then he wanted to talk about open marriage. So all of this kind of goes together because everybody always has something to say about everything. Society always has something to say. Your neighbor always got something to say. The government always has something to say. So let's talk about it. So when you say the state of our community, you want to elaborate on that, Bugsy?
When you talking about the state of the community, I'm talking about how we got young folks that don't have a lot of direction, don't have mentorship, don't have places, safe spaces to be. When I'm talking about community, I'm referring to young folks. There's a culture of destruction that's predicated in our neighborhoods amongst our young folks, and coming up, we had some places that we could go to, or we had things that was going on in our neighborhoods. But there isn't a sense of community anymore. Outside my neighbor and outside my door, I see maybe 5 kids playing, maybe. And if they are playing, I mean, it's kind of reminiscent when we was young, but it ain't the same no more. Kids don't go outside and play no more. Sometimes there aren't any safe spaces for young folks to go out and play no more. There's no PAL leagues. There's no after schools. There's no basketball tournaments. It's nothing for the young folks to come together and say, "Yo, let's build and let's better ourselves."
Right.
So that's what I mean by that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of communities don't have those things because the first thing that gets cut when there's budget cuts is community type things, education, stuff for the youth, especially minority youth. So unfortunately, those are the things that have to be created by people like us who know that there's a need for it in the community because the government, communities, council members, so forth and so on, that's the first thing they cut when they are looking to do budget cuts and to cut money out of the community. It usually starts in our neighborhoods with those types of programs. Yes, good stuff. When it comes to open marriage, tell us your view on open marriage, because we haven't talked about open marriage. We talked about everything else, but we haven't talked about open marriage.
Go ahead, buddy.
So for us, one of the things I've always learned about relationships is when you introduce your relationship, don't allow others to define it. So for us, when we talk about an open marriage, we're talking about being able to communicate to the point that there is nothing hidden from him as far as what I want to do, or nothing that he hides from me as far as what he wants to do. It's a constant conversation. It's about realizing that even though we're married and we are committed to each other, we are not blind. We are not ignorant to the fact that there are other gorgeous, amazing, wonderful people out here, and that sometimes you may want to be with someone else. It does not diminish the love that you have for each other, but it is a conversation that you have to have, and you have to own up to, and you have to admit to. And then in having the conversation, setting the boundary about what is comfortable with the two of you in your relationship so that you're able to move. You're not lying to each other. You're not hiding things. You're not going behind each other's back. But we are talking and we're agreeing and we are allowing each other to explore other relationships or other people
Or
other things, but always being with each other.
Because it don't necessarily predicate on just having relationships with other people. It's just being open and honest and truthful, and just standing on truth and being brave enough to staying and living your truth.
Yeah, I like that. So it sounds to me, and I might be wrong, but everything that you described reminds me of polyamorous relationships. So what's the difference, or is there a difference in your opinion, between open marriages or open relationships and polyamory? Because what you
So,
just described sounds
so
like polyamory.
no, so I was talking to somebody who's in a polyamorous relationship, right? And they explained to me that the certain dynamics of which I was speaking of sounds poly to them, but it's fine if it fits within your criteria and you call it poly, but it's like how most people say these days, I identify with what I identify with. So I choose to say open. It might fit in the poly, but it's our definition, it's our word, it's what we stand on, it's what we came up with, what we choose to identify with when we speak about our relationship. It might be poly to somebody, it might fit perfectly, but we say open.
Nice.
One of the other things is that with a lot of we know a lot of polyamorous couples, of course, is that with their relation, they form more relationships and bonds with other people and involve them. It becomes more people in the relationship. For me, I always tell my husband all the time, I'm not really looking to have to invest the emotional piece
Right.
in another person.
Right.
Right.
I only want to invest my emotions in him.
Right.
I don't want to have to, I'm just going to be honest, I don't want to have to worry about how somebody else is feeling. I don't want to talk to you every day. I don't want to invest in your, how are you in a bad mood? You're in a good mood. You need something. I'm not really one of those people that like to give out all of this emotional energy to a lot of people. I only want to give it to him. I only want to know how he's doing. I only want to invest that part of myself in him. However, I may want to have sex with somebody else, but I don't want outside of that sexual relation. I really don't want anything else. I don't want to be that deep and concerned about another individual. So I'm not built for a polyamorous relationship because I don't want to give that much energy of myself. He, on the other hand, is a very, connection. He wants that, and I support that. So we have boundaries and different definitions when we go forward because he wants more of that, and I know I'm not doing all that.
Right. I totally get that. And I think it's probably reverse for my marriage. I'm the one that likes the connections and to get a little bit deeper. Whereas my husband, like, he really doesn't necessarily need that. It's okay if he gets that, but that's not necessarily a need. So I totally get that. So I think this is a good way to bring in our theme. Like, who gives a crap? What I mean, all of these definitions, polygamy, open, polyamorous, heterosexual, monogamous, what is it? What's it called?
Ethical non-monogamy.
Yes, that long term. Like, why do we need?
I don't even know those names.
Yeah, it's so many different terms that are used to define people's relationships, and really these terms are made up somewhere back in history by someone who said this is a good book deal, or we're just going to call it this so that we can put it in this box. So why do you feel like you have to put a label on it or a word on it? Why do people feel the need to do that? What do y'all think?
I think people want to put a label on it so that we like to feel special. I'm gonna be honest. We like to feel special. We like to think that we're doing something that has never been done before, or
people want definition.
Or we want definition.
Because what are we? What are we?
Yeah,
we've been together all this time. What are we? Like, what do you? I don't know what to tell my mother if she ever asks. Or my girlfriends, they don't know what are we. So people want definition to have clarity. I think that's what it is. They want definition to have clarity. And at the end of the day, we started our relationship open, and we got married, and we're open. A friend of ours asked us, "So now that you're getting married," I said, "Why would we close our relationship when the basis of our relationship is which made it as beautiful as it is is openness. So let's just keep it that way. And matter of fact, what we done is we fine tune it. The older we
Oh
get,
yeah.
the better we get. Like, cause she said, the constant conversations. But people want clarity. They want to be able to put a label on something and say, this is what that is.
Right.
Because if not, what we doing?
And I'm gonna add to that too. I think in some sense, some people want to keep the traditional idea of relationships alive by having a definition of where they're at within a relationship with someone. Like, for instance, the title of a wife or the title of a girlfriend or the title of even a platonic friend, just to know, like Bugsy was saying, where you stand with someone. I think it gives a sense of reassurance to the individual on where they stand within the relationship, because that's what happened with me. I didn't know where I stood with my relationship that I'm in now. And I was doing a lot of wifey stuff. And I was like, so what are we doing? And my whole thing is if I know what I am to someone, then I know how to act accordingly. Then I know what my responsibilities are within that relationship, so that I don't disrespect it or I don't disrespect the person. So that could also be another reason why people want to have that verification of where things stand between them and a partner.
Clarity.
Yes.
Important.
All of that made sense. So we know why society wants all these labels, but what about like the government? The government tells you that, well, back in the day, you couldn't marry a black person, couldn't marry a white person, same sex
I go
couldn't get
against the grain on everything. I don't
right,
care.
right. You can't marry two women, two men can't get married. Now they're
But
allowing that. Now interracial marriages are allowed. They got this thing with the pronouns, the she, he, her, they, it, us. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to keep. It's a lot to keep up with. So we know why society, but why do y'all think that the government feels the need to be so involved in people's lives, like telling you how many people you can marry or telling you
my
who you
wife says money. I say control.
Money.
Money and control.
I was gonna say power over
Regulations.
money.
Regulations. It's like why weed ain't legal everywhere. Come on, it's only in certain places. Like that means you got to reverse some of these sentences for these people going to jail for weed. If you locked up for weed, now it's legal, let them go. The thing
right,
about the government's going to always be the government. They do regulations because it's about how we can tax people to get you to pay for the stuff that you already doing.
Yeah.
And then it's ran by ran by people that are from ancient history. Most of the people that's in government are old. And it's an old way of thinking, and they stand there. I know my wife always talks about this. They stand there until they die out. You know, we can't get senators and congressmen out until they put them in the rotunda in the casket. That's the only time they lost their job.
right,
It's an old way of thinking. Nobody's thinking. Society as a whole don't think open about a lot of things. You see what's happening over in Israel. It's a closed way of thinking. Like even religion, like all of it. People damn you to hell, and they sinners themselves. They'll go home and sin all day long, but they'll damn you to hell. Like the government is trash, is
right.
garbage. So that's why we just do what we. I think people as a whole going to do what they want to do and do what makes them happy anyway.
Right. Yeah, and that makes, I mean, well, that makes a lot of sense. What you said was totally correct. But then there's a lot of hypocrisy in government too, where you have people that are, for instance, back in slavery time, they voted for slavery, but yet they had black lovers or they had black children, mixed children, and not by rape willingly, but they
Right.
voted for slavery. You have people that are in government who are undercover gay, but they're there, they're not standing up, they're not representing because they're worried about what other people are going to think.
Right.
So unfortunately, your household, the way you love gets affected by society and by government. But things are changing. Things are changing. Things are changing. So in your lifetime, can y'all think of a law or something that was put in place that was not there, maybe as a child, that was made law as you became an adult that you were shocked about?
I was shocked about.
Yeah, it's nothing I was shocked about. I just
Nothing?
think that like talking about what he just said, I think that the reason why the government is kind of like doing the things that it's doing now because they're starting to see that people are views are changing, and it's not right to be unpolitically correct. And it's like they see the movement with the LGBT community and starting to notice that when you don't support them, how it affects businesses like that. I commend the community because they are the one community that literally will boycott you and everybody sticks with it. It's not like us when we have certain things that happen in our community. It's like everybody's down for it until it becomes serious. These people literally like, I don't care if it becomes serious or not. This is what I stand on. This is what I believe. And they see that they lose money when they don't support their community. They see that they lose certain endorsements and things like that. So it's more so, I think, of being politically correct, not so much accepting because we're moving in a different direction. I just think is they realize how they impact the community, and if you don't support it, then it's going to impact your money.
Yeah, yeah. It all is money driven and economics driven. Definitely. I know. I'm not going to say I was surprised, but I guess I was. I was a little surprised that they made same sex marriages legal, and the only reason why is because of the people that were in office when they started to, but that are continuing to be in office. The other thing, the reverse of that is weed. Why is weed not legal in all 50 states? Like that makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to put people in jail for an ounce of weed. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. So
I'm from New York. They used to process you for a blunt, a clip. They was taking you to holding.
Right. For weed. So I don't understand how
you know how many misdemeanors I got in New York. Oh my god!
Marijuana legal.
I knew.
Come on now.
Jesus. I knew he was from New York.
I knew that too. I can tell it.
I can. Surprise. Where you from?
I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yo, the crazy thing, I just came home from spending the night in jail for smoking weed. So I get home, my neighbor that lived downstairs, he was in the front smoking. I went upstairs, I came downstairs smoking with him. Police roll up. I run in the crib. He lets the police in the house and they call me downstairs and I go back to jail.
When did this happen?
That's why I left New York, man. I'm like, yo, man, I'm out of here. See ya.
How long ago was that, Price?
This is like 2011, 2012.
Now that officer
2016. Like I'm gone. This is crazy.
That officer had better things to do than to take you downtown for smoking a blunt.
But the whole thing is, my neighbor who was downstairs, it was your weed. I ran in the house.
It was your weed.
With me.
Went to jail for another man.
I hate him. And then I was like, I don't know who he was smoking, but I was mad suited. I hear him like, yo, you know him? He like, I don't know why he ran. And then they calling me like, so my high ass, I'm like, y'all calling me? He like, yeah, we need to come downstairs. I walked my high ass downstairs. They walked me right to the car and threw me in it.
Oh, Lord.
And he still was in front of the house. I'm like, yo, B, that wasn't even my weed.
I see you, bro.
I had to pay a fine and go back to jail.
Well, I mean, you can go up there and smoke all you want now. Marijuana's legal now.
And the crazy part is I ain't even been up this. This has been legal.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's the funniest shit though. Like I went to Vegas, like my best friend who lives in Vegas, and so when I would go visit him, it was so funny because we were like in the casino, and he like, yo, roll this blunt. So I'm like, all right, and then I seen the security guard come by, and I'm like ducking, trying to hide it. He was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Panic mode.
That it was legal, and so we would be different places smoking, and I would freak out every time I seen the police. It took me like a week to get used to the fact that I could smoke legally, like walking down the street when I was in Vegas.
You know what? We're in North Carolina, and I'm still trying to figure out why we in the South, where the weed is growing at, naturally just out there, just growing, and we in the South. Why is it not legal here in North Carolina?
Ain't
They
the way
want
to get a good
We're in the
tax on it.
Bible
They want to
Belt.
kill us with they want to kill us with the vape, the hookah, and the and all that other bullshit.
Now it's literally because we're in the Bible Belt.
They're like, yeah, you can smoke all the hookah you want.
North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And actually, South Carolina will get it legalized before we will in North Carolina, and that's sad. But they don't, we're not gonna get in. And we got dispensaries here. Like I think me and you were talking about it, Tiff, where it's like we got dispensaries here in Charlotte, but at the same time, it's like weed ain't legal. So what y'all selling? Y'all selling fake shit? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Well,
you can't trust none of this weed nowadays.
You say what?
They doing so much to this weed. Stick with the regular supplier.
Stuff.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I won't buy my weed from dispensaries. They can make the shit legal all they want to. I'm still buying mine from Junebug.
I still remember them videos that they used to have out there with people that was smoking that damn K2 rolling on the floor. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was the craziness. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
they out there bugging. Rolling, rolling in the middle of the street, stopping traffic and all that. They gotta get out there and throw water on them and all this other craziness. It was crazy.
Yeah, Junebug can have my money any day. I'm not with
Junebug.
dispensaries.
I'm mad at Junebug though.
Hey, let me tell you, Junebug is the plug. Let me tell you.
Junebug is the plug.
I mean, the government to know about it. Call Junebug. Junebug.
Junebug, he the plug.
Junebug.
Every time.
Everything.
I mean, I don't smoke. Okay, I don't smoke. But I know a lot of people that do smoke. I'm not a smoker. So I'll be honest with y'all. I would never vote to legalize marijuana. I won't smoke it.
Wait, ho. I don't care if you smoke or not. I need everybody. It's a public announcement. If they put legalizing marijuana on the ballot, whether you smoke or not, I need you to make it legal because marijuana keeps a lot of y'all from getting fucked up. A lot of people.
How can you say the weed was put here for us? They said it was grown naturally for us.
And people smoke weed.
Because a blunt can save many people ass whooped their money.
Cat Williams said it. This was put on the earth for us. All that processed stuff and all that, that's for them.
Yeah.
All that stuff you gotta get in the lab and you gotta cut it up.
Hey, Prize.
That's for them.
Prize. You missed the good old days when they had reefer. I miss reefer.
Yo, we had cess.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard that in a minute.
I haven't heard.
They used to call it Buddha. Like,
Buddha. Listen. Yo, back in the day.
They like, yo, it's that gas. You're like, what?
Yeah. I'm at the gas station. They're asking me about gas. I'm like, I didn't know what they was talking about. I said, you get gas over there, pump 5.
Right.
What with you?
Right.
We all get gas.
That's how they overrate their weed too. They just say it's gas. Like, if you smoke it,
that's presidential.
Purple.
You need to sell it over there by the dumpster because it's trash.
Word.
Or booth. We call it booth.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we got same-sex marriages are legal. Great for the LGBT community. Not all 50 states, is it? Is it now?
No. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to marry another dude. So.
Okay.
Everywhere.
So we need somebody in our LGBT family.
It's a national thing.
Right.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's not. It's before it used to be in the closet. Now it's outside.
It's all over the place. And it's okay.
Yo, for real. Because remember, back in the days, they used to be in the closet, like, oh, you in the closet. Now, oh, we outside.
Yeah. It's
we outside with it.
You know what? But it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing that people are able to love freely and that they're able to love who they want. And then so we got the LGBT same-sex marriages are there. You know, interracial marriages, we got that way back in the day. Way back in the day, we got that.
But
So
see, this the only thing that I really don't like about it, because it's like they force it upon you where it messes up our younger generation, because now you have 7-year-old lesbians, 5-year-old gays. You know what I mean? Like, you got genders changing at 10, 11. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just forced out there. Like, even the cartoons got it in it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like okay, it's an option. You could choose it. No, like, you keep putting it in my face. So any young person that's growing up is developing. So if I'm developing off of this, that's what's going on. Of course, I'm gonna fall into it. Now we went from 65% to 75%. Now we at 92%.
92% of what?
Of this.
What is this? You gotta be I don't know what you're trying to say.
You know what I mean?
Prize, I got you, Prize. What he's saying is, I got you, Prize. What he's saying is that some young people are impressionable. Now, when we were younger, there was some little girls that you knew that was probably gonna grow up and they was gonna probably be lesbian, or some dudes who grew up and they probably was gonna be gay. It's all over the place now. So young folks who don't know which way they're going, they see that lifestyle and they start moving towards the alternative lifestyle versus a regular lifestyle, because these are the things that you're seeing that's impressing upon you, that lifestyle. And you don't make the decision of being heterosexual. You might end up being someone who's indulging in the LGBTQ plus lifestyle, because this is something that you're seeing. You're influenced by it.
It's starting to become accepted. It's not taboo anymore.
Because this time of age, it's all about following. Like back in the days, like, we wanted to smoke a cigarette because we wanted to fit in. We wanted to look like we was older. You know what I mean? So now it's like everybody try to fit into what's the trend right now.
That goes for anything.
And I think that
I see that a lot in polyamory.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the
they should enforce it. Go ahead, Tiff. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying a lot of people in the polyamorous community. We're trying to teach the ones that are coming in thinking that it's a trend because they see the Porter family on Instagram posting up and they're all happy and you know what I'm saying. They're like, oh, it's one dude, multiple women. Oh, he's the man. He's the goat. He's whatever. But what they don't understand is that it's not sex-based. It's relationship-based. It's foundation-based. It's family-based. It's group economics-based. It's not based on, oh, yeah, I'm going to have threesomes every night. So I'm going to say I'm polyamorous and jump in these Facebook groups and try to get me a couple of no, you know, I don't want to say, oh, fucking bitches, and call themselves, you know, daddy, because they got a whole harem, and little do you know, you actually showing off like pimp type shit, and that's not what polyamory is.
Right.
So us in the polyamorous community, we get real like that shit because it's putting out the wrong message of who we identify as.
Well, don't you think that it might have made it a little bit safer for our children to be able to express themselves?
Not even, because you gotta look at it like this. It's like they're taking everything that the younger generation grows up on, they're taking that and they're manipulating it, because for one, it's like a baby could come out of the womb and know how to use your cell phone better than you, right? So within that, they throwing on ads with the cartoonish, with the big boobs, the big cleavages and the big booty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
but
now you got your little 3-year-old in the corner. He dancing, he humping. Like, yo,
that's what I was going to say. I think it starts even further than that. Like, to me,
you see what I'm saying? It's like it's out there. They put it out there so fierce, so forcefully now. Like before, it used to be okay. After 12 o'clock is when all the freaks come out, like all the freakiness. Now it's like 10 in the morning. You see this. 7 in the morning, you see, it's like they throwing it on all hours. Why? Because
it should be age
they're
appropriate.
pushing it to certain areas. Like certain areas, like when 7 in the morning, you see like educational stuff. Certain areas, 7 in the morning, you see people fighting, lesbian type of whatever type of situation going on. It's like they making a whole area product of their own environment. So it's like they controlling the whole narrative of everything. It's not like we can when you go on your Instagram or your feed, first thing you see is ruckus, ignorance.
I agree with
as a parent, I think it's more for the parents, or it starts at home too.
That's what I was saying.
That's true.
You gotta put some responsibility
whatever they want to push. Yeah, they can put whatever they want to push. But my thing is, like, me as a parent, I never listened to hip hop or anything sexual, like songs or whatever, when my children were in the car with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I always listen to gospel,
right?
And people will be like, "Dad, you ain't gonna know," because I don't want to influence my children on certain things, because certain songs they listen to, it teaches them how to have sex even if they haven't had sex, or it puts that on their imagination. Just like I have no problem with same-sex marriages or anything like that, but to me, it's age appropriate. I think that you shouldn't do certain things in front of children until they're at a certain age where they can comprehend what really is going on. And most people are just like, oh yeah, mommy and mommy just love each other. Mommy and mommy, you know, and it's more to it than that, because you teaching your children that it's okay to be homosexual, which is cool, but you also have to teach them that it's something that comes behind that. You don't get to just love who the fuck you want to love, and certain things don't come behind it. So you're putting your children in certain situations that, just like us as Black people, when our sons get certain ages, we have conversations with them to say, hey, you know, X, Y, and Z about your race, what you should and should not do. So why am I not having these same conversations about their sexuality? Mm-hmm. And then if you got people influencing you as a child, like a lot of people who are gay were molested as children. Mm-hmm. So they felt like, because I was molested by the same sex, these feelings that I'm still trying to recreate from when I was a child, I'm gay now as an adult because I'm trying to recreate them feelings. But in actuality, they're not gay. They just never dealt with the molestation that happened to them. So it's certain things you shouldn't just go into it like, yes, it's okay to be free, without explanation behind it.
So we got a good question. There's a really good question, and it's similar to what I was about to ask. So the homosexuality, it is what it is. Okay, homosexuality is there, and you can't hide it. It's a fact of life. So why does homosexuality and things about homosexuality have to be age appropriate, or talk to your children at a certain time? Why aren't you talking about both issues of heterosexuality and homosexuality? Why is it just homosexuality that's an issue?
I just said it because you wouldn't want to teach your 3-year-old how to have sex. You won't want to teach your 3-year-old certain sexual things like kissing and stuff like that. You don't explain kissing to your children, whether it's from a man or from a woman. Kissing is just a universal thing of showing affection. But with anything, I wouldn't care if it was sex, drugs, or whatever, there are certain conversations that you have with your children at certain ages. You can't just put shit in front of your 3-year-old and expect them to like figure it out for themselves.
Well, 3-year-old, that's kind of extreme.
No, it's not extreme, because if ask some of these teachers that are kindergarten teachers, what their children are coming to school talking to them about. Ask them what they've been exposed to in their homes. And you don't think those kids who are being exposed to certain bullshit in their home are not coming back to school and exposing your children to that same shit?
Yeah, but I think that there is more like, important issues.
The way I see it, we went from sex education to fetishes. Because that's the way I boil it all down to, because it wasn't education as far as sex. Now it's just a fetish, like, you know what I mean? So now you have people liking feet, people liking this, people want to do this. It's like, okay, you cut your hair off to wear a wig. You want to be a lesbian to get a dildo. So it's just all fetishes. It's not even about love and affection anymore.
Exactly. It's about a mood and not a life choice.
Yeah.
But Another thing that I want to bring up about as far as like the whole kids and them being very questionable, you see more kids walking around with tablets, phones, having access to whatever the internet has to offer, which is pretty much any and everything. I've seen a lot of moms just throw a tablet in a kid's hand to keep them quiet, and that tablet is actually babysitting the child, not knowing what that child. I've seen a 2-year-old maneuver on a tablet better than my.
Yeah. Like I said, they come out the womb knowing how to use your cell phone better than
we have
you.
to understand what we're putting in our kids' hands to then go into their mind, because at the end of the day, we are responsible for what they take in. So that means if you're not doing your job as a parent by putting parental blocks or checking up on what they're doing and giving them limited amounts of time on these different things,
devices.
Then what are we?
Can I interject for a second?
Yes, Ms. Washington. Yes.
Okay. So I grew up in the country. Allendale's the country, and I grew up on a semi farm in a sense. We had pigs, chickens, animals, goats, all that stuff. So dogs, yeah. So at an early age, I saw animals fucking. Can I just say that? Like that?
You can say anything you want.
Okay. So at an early age, I saw animals fuck. That's nature, because we were outside. My parents made us go outside. At an early age, I was exposed to sex, not because my parents exposed me to sex, but because we played outside. And little boys like to touch little girls when you play outside. Now, this is pre-internet. Please understand, I was born in 77, so this is pre-internet. We played run and go get it. We played hide and go get it. All that other stuff back in the So when you say things like the internet is giving it to us, no. Life gives it to you. At a certain age, yes, you are going to naturally have a little boy or a little girl that's going to want to touch another little boy or another little girl or the same thing. It's going to happen. You're going to get kissed by your best friend when you are two little girls that are best friends. You and your best. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm hugging my best friend. I can't. This is my best friend. I love her.
Okay, so wait. So being that. So wait, the difference between now and back in the days before, back in the days, oh, that's nasty. Now, oh, that's lit.
No, I did not get told it was nasty to kiss my best girlfriend when I was little. I did not. I can't say that. That's, again, exposure, different culture.
No. I'm just saying, like, back in the days, like, certain things we seen, we would say it was nasty. Like, oh, now it's like, it's lit. Oh,
things
that's popping.
More acceptable.
Yeah, it's popping. Oh, they lit.
I guess that depends on culture. I don't know. My parents have always been people that talk to us and then talk at us. They talk to
and
us.
that's the thing. We're in a different time.
I don't know. Maybe culturally is different.
To their kids.
I have been having a sexual talk with my kids since they were like 9, 10 years old.
That's what you got to do.
I got 5 daughters and 1 son, okay? When my oldest daughter was like 10, 11 years old, I brought all my daughters in the room. My son, he was too little at the time. But I brought all my daughters in the room and I sat them down. I said, yeah, let's talk. I said, I've been hearing, you and your sisters talking about certain things. So we get ready to get to the heart of it. I said, I want y'all to ask me anything y'all want to know about sex. From sucking dick, and I ain't used no vagina, penis. I used language that they were using with their friends. And literally my daughters asked me pretty much everything. Now, me as a parent, did I want to tell them certain shit? No. But I knew that by the conversations they were having with each other, it was my job as a parent to now have a conversation with them and keep it real. Because what you don't want is your children learning from their friends who are teaching them the wrong shit. So me as a parent, I had to sit down, and my youngest at the time, she may have been like 7. But they all were in the room and they literally asked me questions.
Exactly.
About sex and different
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I don't think 7 is not too young to be talking about.
I don't either. Because if you're teaching them about their body parts and telling them don't allow, this to happen to this and that and the other, they have questions. They're curious. That's why I be telling these people, you think your kids don't know certain shit?
They do.
If you send them to daycare or school, they learning more than what you think they learning.
You don't even have to send them to school. When you think about it, at a certain point, as a child, you're going to naturally start touching your body at a certain point. You teach boys how to pee, to hold their penis. You don't think a little girl notices or thinks about the fact that, well, this ain't how I don't. If you got brothers and sisters, my brother stand up when he goes to the bathroom. I sit down when I Why I gotta sit down and he get to stand. We think that the kids are getting it all from outside. The children are naturally going to touch themselves. That is
Yeah,
just a
you
life.
know, I just thought of some,
natural part
I
of
just
life.
thought of the most
At all
craziest
ages.
thing. I just thought of the most crazy thing. Back in the days, a sleepover is not like a sleepover now.
Oh Lord.
Then let me have sleep.
What are we gonna do with you, Fries? What are we gonna do with
Hey,
you?
no,
What are we gonna do?
hey, he
So
did.
God,
you
it's
know,
because I'm
You
looking
never
at the
know.
past and the present. Like, you know what I'm saying? So in actuality of what we talking about, it's like it's a whole different ball game now because now it's like everything is sexual. Like, even if when you come out, oh, you looking sex? Oh, what the? Before we just, you know what I mean?
Everything is
Sleep over,
hypersexual.
oh, we popcorn, watch movies. Now they, oh, you got, oh. You know, they looking at each
I
other
don't,
different
always
now.
I don't know.
I think I don't know. Maybe
To just put this out there.
different culture.
Me and you from the same place, fam. I'm from Brooklyn, and I lost my virginity like when I was about 8 years old, and I remember my aunt beating my ass for humping the floor when I was a little boy. I've been hypersexual since I was a young boy. Now the older I get, the less is more tapered off now, but I still have the same drive or desire I had when I was young. But at the end of the day, a lot of the conversations I had with my best friend, I didn't have it with my mother, and my father wasn't around because he was incarcerated for most of my life until he passed. But I learned as I went, and I had a homegirl. We used to be together and used to hunch all day long. Like that used to be what we used to
punch.
do.
Did you hear that house? I'm the daddy, you the mother.
Used to go to her grandmother's house while her mother was working. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? But at the end of the day, as you grow older, um, for my son and for my kids now, we have these discussions and we have these conversations. And even my daughter, who's about to be 30 in January, I still have to. I still remember just not too long ago having a conversation with her about teaching her about how to properly use lubrications and contraceptives and so on and so forth. Because we don't use them things when we were young, or we don't know how to use them properly. I work with the AIDS Health Foundation as well. I work with them very well, and I work with Ryan White as well, and that they work with people who are affected by HIV and Hep C. So my father actually died from complications of HIV. He died of a cold. But when you talk about the spectrum of sexuality, the conversation has to be had with your young folk. That's your responsibility now that we're older, because the influences, as you said, plus what they're out there. But also to agree with the other sister, the conversation must be had so they can come from the source, so they can get a better understanding. Because if you know and if you wise, you pass that wisdom on to your youth, so they won't fall in the same pitfalls, because STIs is real, STDs is real, like it's real. Like
This
people
sex
walking
is
out
real
here
because
with the
it's
with
like
the
you could.
medicine, don't know they got it.
Sex is just so real because it's like you could have protected self and still be vulnerable.
Yeah, of course.
The condom could pop and now you infected.
Yeah, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end
You
of
know
the
what I
day,
mean? So that's just a
a
risky
lot of us
thing.
hold
Like
ourselves
that's
accountable to
Guys,
making sure that we
hold
know our
on. Let him
status.
finish his comment, please. Please don't interrupt each other, please.
No, what I'm saying, sorry, my apologies. All I'm saying is a lot of us don't hold ourselves accountable to know our own status. Because when I was young, I was running around doing wild and reckless shit when I was young, and not making sure that I was good. And as a result of doing those things, my ex-wife caught the brunt of a lot of my being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So that's why moving forward in this relationship and any relationship moving forward, it's my duty to make sure that anything me and my wife do, we do what we stand on, and we very big on understanding about where we at health wise, getting checked up and going to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? And that's my point right there. And I'm a doctor. I'm a stop.
So how do y'all feel about the fact? So I know when I was going to school, I was born in 77 too, Miss Karen. So we're the
78.
same.
I'm 78.
Right
So,
here, baby.
I know when I was going to school, we had to send home a permission slip for us to take sex education. The kids nowadays, they are taking sex education without needing parental consent.
Nothing.
So how do you feel about that?
Not at the my daughter, when she had to take it, they still sent home a permission slip to let me know that they were going to have it, and if I wanted her to take the class. So I don't know about other schools. She went to Richland 1. They sent a permission form home. And I did sign for her to take the class. But yeah, I grew up.
Well, I'm glad that yours still is, because there are schools like my twin school. I didn't get no permission slip asking them to be in there. And when I found out they were taking, I was like, wait, no one asked me if y'all can take this. And I contacted the principal, and I was like, they said, well, the kids, I think in North Carolina, the legal age is 14 to make certain kind of decisions, and they were 14, so they were able to take sex education without a parent's permission. So
that does change things. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to know the laws, especially when it comes to your children. Because like my daughter, she goes into the doctor's office. Now she's 15. The doctor asked me to leave the room, and I'm like, wait, hold up, no, I'm not leaving the room. And she said, well,
parental discretion is divided.
Once she turns 14, she has the right to talk to the doctor by herself, so forth and so on. So you have to know the laws. Yeah, you have to know the laws. So some laws are there to protect you, and they protect you very well. But then you have laws that are in place that affect you as a parent too, and how you parent.
Yeah, and who makes the laws though?
Ain't no doctor gonna tell me no law. If I got my child and we in the hospital 2 months, I gotta leave. No, listen, like I'm sitting here, it's my child still till she's 18, 21. I still have parents.
But if your child says that they want you to leave the room, then
now if they say they want me to leave the room, I'm definitely staying there.
Yeah, no, they can legally put you out the room because your child has legal rights.
Nah, I'm definitely staying there. Something going on.
You about to get arrested.
Exactly.
Take me out with handcuffs. I'm gonna listen to all this conversation that y'all have on my child because she want me out. Y'all want me out? Nah, something wrong.
Yeah, the age of 16.
Somebody gonna have to restrain me, take me in handcuffs, because I'm sitting right here.
But they will though.
They will arrest you if you say
arrest me and bring my child with me too.
And
don't arrest me, leave my child there. Nah, we all get arrested.
Yeah. My feelings was hurt the first time I was told to leave the room, but my daughter was like, "I'm okay, mommy," and I was like, "Okay." But as soon as I got back in the room, I was like, "So what y'all talk about?" And the doctor said, "Ask my daughter if she can tell me what they talked about." I was like.
No. It's like how the scenario is, right? It's like when you have a father and a daughter and you have another man, it's like you're supposed to stand in the middle of your daughter. So it's like you keeping a boundary and a protection. If you put your daughter in the middle, it's like you giving her up and you showing weakness. You see? It's like when you walk in the street, you walk on you make sure your female is on the outside, not the inside.
Okay, you gotcha. I wasn't sure where you were going with that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
because it's like I study this shit. I see everything that's going on. It's like okay, when you put the person on the inside, it's like you making them vulnerable, showing weakness. Like if you have on the outside, you showing protectiveness. It's like you showing them that listen, I'm protecting this. You're not going to manipulate. But when you put them in the middle, it's like okay, you can have it. It's manipulative. I'm not protecting it type of source. You know what I mean? Just like when people wear their hat like this, you see, everything is a sign. Well, there's all signs out there.
Tiffany stated a good question. Who's making these laws? Who said that it's okay? And I'm not saying that anything is wrong. Let me go and put this disclaimer out there. No one is saying that I have an issue with any of these laws. But who said that? Okay, what made it okay suddenly for blacks and whites or interracial individuals to get married?
The people
was,
that sitting around the table in the Oval Office, the people
the
that wake up,
deciding factor? People were
and
getting
donuts.
sued.
That question was, it's the government, which is the whole
Yeah,
point of having this
they the ones that make all this. We only puppets. We only practice what they preach.
Yeah, that's true. So what do we do?
Let me just add
about
something else real quick, and then I'm
Mhm.
going to digress for the rest of the night. The point of government making laws on us not being able to live the way that we want to live, which is supposed to be free, we're supposed to have freedom, because they want to interfere with the numbers. There's no power. There's more power in numbers. So if we gather together, we have more people, more power to push them out of power, and they don't want that. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to dictate it to where we go against each other. We're constantly fighting against each other. We're competing against each other. And that's what they want us to do.
So you
the
think
more that we educate ourselves on what it is that these laws are, what they mean, you can find the loopholes. You just gotta have the want and the patience to do so.
You gotta have one thing. You gotta have out here. You gotta have power. Why? Because they're always listening. You could be on your phone. You could be talking to your homegirl. Y'all could be talking about some real stuff, building. Next thing you know, you hear that boop, boop. They tap it in. They listening.
But you know what? If anybody were to ever take you aside and say, "What did you say?"
Sunshine, you know what I'm talking about.
You gotta know.
Wait, hold on, wait. Sunshine, because the way that I got that, she know what I'm talking about. It always happens. Me and a friend of mine, we met for the first time. We was in my house. We was in my house building. We was talking about so much shit. Yo, we caused a blackout within 3 seconds. The lights went out and it came back on. It was no storm, no nothing. What we was talking about, we connected so much energy, it was crazy.
Are you sure you weren't high?
Nah, we wasn't high. They can't even record. We started talking, we started building, and next thing you know, the lights flickered. Like, yo, it was crazy.
Okay, but on some for real shit, like people talk about the laws all the time, but let me tell you something. You should have paid attention in elementary. Everybody be so worried about voting for a president. The president don't do shit.
Nah.
You want to vote for your legislative.
Yo,
branch,
the president get a
judges,
book like this
your
big.
representatives. Those are people who make changes. Those are the people who create our laws. So if you're not paying attention to those particular things when they're on the ballot, who gives a fuck about a president? Like, really? They can tell him the president still got to get approval. He can't do shit. He's just a figurehead. He's just like the logo of a fucking company. He's the logo of the United States. That logo just represents what that company is.
Yep.
But if you want to make serious changes when they're around here voting for these judges, for these senators, these representatives, your legislative branch, that's who you want to vote for.
Yes.
Because they make the difference.
Tell him, bro. Tell him, bro. Yes, that's my boo over there. Tell him.
And that's why we have all these old senators, because senators and representatives. I take nothing from the
everybody in the office is old.
But again, why are they still there? Because we won't
nobody knows
and vote for people that are younger that run. Right. We'd be like, nah, nobody vote for them. But we
can vote. We vote for them, but they don't win. It's like we vote, but it's like we played a lot on them. We don't know if we gonna win. Like it's just they gonna pick who they want to pick at the end of the day.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, they do. They don't like it. That's what I'm telling you. When it comes to the president, yes. But when it comes to your legislators, no. We the people actually vote them in and out. But people don't know this. So every year, the same people keep get put in office because you don't know that I don't like what he's doing for my state. I can sit his ass down somewhere.
You're not voting at the state level. People have to vote at the county and state level to get change. Yes.
You wonder why your state laws is fucked up when it comes to drugs and you a drug dealer and you got the right to vote because you don't pay attention to what's on the ballot. You don't pay attention to when everybody always worry about when it comes to county. Everybody always worry about the school grants. Bonds and shit. Mm-hmm. But we have an educational lottery in the state of North Carolina. But we have some of the worst school systems here in Charlotte, North Carolina. You understand what I'm saying? So what the fuck is the purpose of the lottery if it's an educational lottery? But we vote for it every fucking year. Every year they say we need new textbooks. Oh, let's give them $25,000 bond. Do our kids get textbooks? Hell no, my kids ain't brought a book home since they was in the 6th grade, and they in the 10th and the 12th.
Yeah, we don't do
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to, as a people, pay attention to your county, your state, and national representatives that tell people this is what these people want. That's we the people. We the people ain't fucking Joe Biden, okay?
Right. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was the good stuff. Good stuff. So I'm going to ask each one of you, if there was a law that you feel needs to be put in place when it comes to how you love or your relationships, can you think of a law that you feel needs to be put in place?
Yep.
Go ahead, Tiffany. What is it?
Multiple marriage.
Multiple marriage. Being able to marry more than one person. Okay. Anybody else got one?
I want 7 husbands.
Do you know how much you can build if you're able to marry multiple people? Do you know how strong your community could be if you were able to marry more than one person? We don't have all of these labels, open marriages, polyamorous marriages, even swinging. If you could have, if
they do it in other countries and all that though. Nah, swinging is everywhere. They let you swing anywhere nowadays. But like in different countries, like they have like he had like 15 wives. Like they married and they actually married 15 wives. Like they have 15 wives. Like
you can't do that here though.
Hell no, it's America.
Why can't you do that here? Why can't you do that in the U.S.?
Because they want you to just be gay.
No, it's not a such thing.
Surprise. Go sit down somewhere.
Nah, just sit here and stop. The whole thing, like, I don't know. It's like America is it's not even Americanized anymore. I feel like it's being more Europeanized now.
Exactly.
Because it's like, it's not the way America used to be. It's like it's more European now. Even when you go down to 42nd Street, you don't see America.
People used to come here because they thought that the U.S. was the land of the free, the land of opportunities, the land of.
But it's not the land of the free for us now. It's the land of the free for the Europeans and other people because we can't get shit. They coming in here and getting everything.
Can I say this? Well, I just want to say this from one New Yorker to another. 42nd Street was disgusting back in the days. I'm glad that used to be my stomping ground. I'm glad 42nd Street looked the way it looked now.
I definitely do now. I definitely do too. But it's like when you go down there, what you see
terrible.
So that's just what I'm saying. Like, okay, it made it more better, but now you see what it's more cultured as. Like, you know what I mean? When you go to like even 125th Street by the Apollo, it's even more different now. You know what I'm saying? So it's even more people coming over here, taking pictures and stuff, and they buying out the communities. They buying out these areas, and they changing it.
You speaking on gentrification?
But what's wrong with that? Though?
Well, we lose our culture when everybody else comes into our places and then they gentrify and whitewash the things that made our neighborhoods beautiful. That's the issue with that. And you go to same thing with downtown Brooklyn. I went home last year and I was downtown Brooklyn. I was like all excited, and I'm standing on 4th Street and I see everything I see here. You know, everything, nothing when I was there back in 94, 96, 98, anything looked like what it looks now. But to answer your question, because I want to stay on your task. So if I asked about sister wives, what is that? I said it was a terminology that a lot of women who it's not so much a law or whatever, but if I was to pass a law, I would also double down and say that you can have multiple spouses if you chose to. I think that's the one that a lot of people have, and of course, taxes will come in that, financial gains will probably come in that, but the dynamics of your family structure will have to be set up. But also, you have to be very careful, because as we've been discussing about this open relationship or polyamory, or anything when you talking about the dynamics of relationships, it's not for everybody. And I think a lot of people get into it because it be glamorized.
Right.
Jadenia
That's what I was trying to
got
say
in and
earlier.
said that it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
my fear of people saying, "Oh, I can have," but that's with everything. The same with interracial marriages, things with LGBT marriages, and then the same would be for having multiple wives or multiple husbands. Is that there's dangers in everything.
Yeah, there's
So
risk and everything.
yeah, there's
But
risk, there's
risk.
dangers, there's all kinds of things, but there are so many benefits to having the I think there's so many benefits when people are able to love freely, no matter what their preferences, their races, their sexuality. I think that if we have people who are able to love freely and who are able to govern their own relationships, that a lot of the stresses, a lot of the abuse, a lot of the violence that happens in families, a lot of the things to me would be lowered because of a lot of the government laws that are put on people that are really unnecessary, and for people to be able to self-govern their lifestyles and the way they live and the way they love and what their relationships are.
Can I give an example of that?
Mm-hmm.
So I know someone who got married, right? And she was on disability. And because she got married, they cut her off of her disability.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And this girl will never be able to see. She's like 100% blind. And she'll never be able to work. But because she now has a husband who can financially take care of her, in the climate of the financial burden that we're living in with inflation and everything else, now he has to work two full-time jobs, just to provide for her, him, and her daughter.
That whole, and I hate to say it, and that's because I work in healthcare and mental health, that there's so many things that are in the system, social services system, that really disables families when it comes to Medicaid, disability benefits, health insurance. Why are we the country that has to pay for health insurance? Other countries don't pay for their
Everything is just disabling the
health
family.
insurance.
Taking the man from the household is disabling the families. Like everything is just disabling the families. Like nowadays, you can't even file taxes to get anything back. They talking about, oh, you owe. How owe? Y'all been taking my money all year.
Yeah.
like, before we used to get the federal, we was good. Now we like, what? I owe.
Who said that we had to have taxes? No, I mean, that's a whole other conversation. Let's go to, so Tiffany told hers. Bugsy, he agreed with that. Chris, you've been quiet tonight, which is not your normal. If there was a law that you could put in place when it comes to love and relationships, or just how you govern your family, what would it be?
People gonna be people law.
Can we get a little bit more? Can we get a little bit more?
People gonna be people law. That's what it's gonna be. It's like do what you feel, do what you want. Free your mind, your ass to follow.
That
Do
sound like
you
a number
do?
one answer to me.
Free your mind, your ass will fall.
Yeah, I mean, look, like people be putting too much pressure on labels and different relationships. You love who you love. As long as you ain't affecting nothing over here on my end, I'm straight. You love who you love. I love who I love. We keep it pushing. I don't got no BS with you.
Love who you love law. That's the love who you love law.
Exactly.
Love who you want law. Mrs. Washington, if you had a law that you feel should go in place when it comes to love, relationships, and family, what do you think should be out there?
Ooh, I can't even think of one. I don't know of anything that I have one. You looked at me, so you must know. Tell me what I got.
Muncie and them looks he's giving over there.
You know what? They should well, if she was gonna do anything that'd be a law, it would be November, it'd be officially no November. She would get paid and not have to go to work. It could take the entire month off and get paid. That would go in the law. I know she would make it a law.
And you said November?
It's her
Why
law.
November?
Yeah.
My birthday is in November,
I
so
was gonna
Okay.
say,
yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to assume.
I take that's for me. That's like my selfish month. So I take the entire month of November to think about me. I do the bare minimum
Oh,
for
you got a
everybody else.
selfish Lord.
Children,
I love that.
everybody get the bare minimum, and I do me for that month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Everybody's birthday month. They ain't got to work. They ain't got. They can say fuck them
That would be
kids.
nice.
I want Aquarius Lord. I want Aquarius Lord.
What about you, Ro? If you could put a law in place that would make things better for love and relationships and family, what would it be?
That at least once a month, the companies have to give families, like the employees who have husbands, wives, and children, at least once a month that they give them a family day where they don't have to do no type of work or anything, where they can spend quality time with their family.
Nice.
I like that. I like that.
I like that.
That is nice.
That kind of goes in a little bit
Family
with mine,
day.
but not. But I really think that everybody should get at least the days, because we have sick time, we have PTO. I really think that they should
Compare to
start giving.
others.
I think that they should really start giving mental health days, because people
But
need that.
anyway, see, this is what people fail to realize. I don't give a fuck what they clock say and their calendar say. If I need a fucking break from work, I'm taking a day. You understand? My mental health day. Okay. You tell me I got PTO for that? Nah, PTO is for me to handle personal shit as far as doctor's appointments and things of that nature that you won't allow me to do. That I need to do and it's supposed to do. So fuck it. And when I learned that my job wasn't guaranteed at the open heart surgery, that you told me that I might not have a job when I get back to this mug in 6 weeks, that's when I said fuck a job, and we work for our families. So if you can't take time out to mentally be with your family and do shit for your family, what the fuck are you working for?
Yeah.
Just to pay somebody else?
Work-life balance. Yeah.
That job will not shut down if you take one fucking day out of a month and get your shit together.
That's true.
That's one thing I can say about working in mental health. I'm seeing that more organizations are giving like volunteer hours that you can use to volunteer in the community. So there are ones that are giving mental health benefits, stuff like that to their employees, because people are understanding the importance of mental health. But I really think that that's something that would be fine for there to be
They should take Friday off of it.
law at least one day out of the month, and people are able to take a mental health day to do whatever the heck they want to do, whatever that is.
Right. And it not count against them.
And not count against you. Surprise. I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to ask you, what law would you put in place
Huh?
that would help
Surprise.
love, relationships, and family? What law would you put in place?
Oh man, love is love. Live and let live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't force on anything that's, you know what I'm saying, could separate a family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't take a man from his family and make it where, oh, you seem making it seem like the person couldn't do it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Separation gotta just change. Like, it's a lot of separation coming to the place where it's like they're breaking up a household and making it where the woman has to feel like they have to do everything, or just taking the man from the situation and making the woman have to do everything, like raise the female child or the male child. You see what I'm saying? Because you separating the family. Like, don't separate the family over nonsense. Like I said, like I used to get arrested for a clip of weed. I'm going to jail. Like, you taking me away from my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the simplest nonsense. Like, you got people out there sniffing coke on the corner.
Right. That's the other thing. Child support. Why do people get locked up because they're late for child support? How are they going to be able to pay child support if they locked up? Like, that's
you get locked up for paying over child support.
Child support is the biggest fucking like bullshit in the world.
And that's it. I was on child support for 7 years. I know that.
I'm on both ends. I don't believe in child support. Let me say this. I do not believe in child support. I feel like that is a fucked up system. Now, there are some dads out here who, yes, you do need to be taking care of your child. But at the same time, why should it have to be governed by somebody? Because
and the government gets most of the money anyway. Not all of the money that you pay child support goes to the parent.
I got one husband who was a deadbeat, who didn't do shit for his children. I'm talking about nothing at all. And they never said nothing to him about child support. Like I was on good assistance, so automatically the government takes him on child support, on government assistance. But me personally, I never went down there and did it. But they didn't bother him. But then I had my other husband, my second husband, man worked took care of his children and everything. But once again, because I had government assistance, they put him on child support, and they would have this man they was taking it out of his check. And if he was $20 short, they were calling. They were like, "Yo, we need to go to court. Yo, we gonna have you locked up." And I'm like, "But he trying."
Right.
Whereas this motherfucker, he ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't even looking for him.
Yeah, once his name go on the birth certificate and all that, and you get any
It's a
type of
wrap.
assistance, they going after him.
And that
Right. It's
child support,
sad.
child support is another
is
one of those laws. Child support is another one of those laws. I'm sorry if I'm talking over you. I'm getting like a lag for some reason, so I'm sorry if it seems like I'm talking over you. But child support is another one of those laws that's been put in place by the government to make money off of people and regulates people's lives and their families and so forth. So we are at the end. Thank y'all everybody for coming on. Thank you to Bugsy and Miss Karen. Miss is Karen Joyner Washington for coming on, or Winter Storm for coming on with us tonight. We talked about a lot of good stuff. Like we really did. We had a nice, honest, open, real conversation tonight, and those are the kind of conversations we like. We got some comments, some serious comments, y'all. So y'all make sure that y'all go into the comments and kind of reply to some of the comments, because a lot of the comments were based on the things that we were talking about. There's a couple questions that I missed. There's a couple of that I was able to bring up. So please make sure that y'all go to the comments and reply to them. Our cast today. Thank you.
Where's the comments at? Because I'm in the what's this, the Politick'N? I don't see no comments over here in the chat thing. So where's the comments?
So if you go to our Facebook page to the
Facebook.
live stream, you'll see the comments and the questions and so forth and so on right there.
Okay.
Yep. So again, thank you everybody. We are at our time. Bugsy or Winter Storm, did y'all have a poem for us?
Okay.
Want me to do it? You do it? All right.
You have a poem for us?
Sure.
Out with the poem?
I got you.
Okay. All right. So Miss Winter Storm is going to close us out for the night. Thank you everybody for watching. And we appreciate everybody for their comments and adding to the conversation. Miss Winter is on you.
I have been determined to succeed since I was the age of 5. And yes, I've had some setbacks, but I will keep striving every day that I am alive. So if you come to me with foolishness, don't be surprised if I laugh in your face. See, I have no time for drama because I've been signed, sealed, and delivered by grace. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am phenomenal times 3. Just like you, I have been disrespected and the object of somebody else's life. Have laughed when I wanted to cry and allowed fear to let opportunities pass me by. But God, see, God gave me strength to shake it all off and pack it under my feet. To stand tall, baby, and withstand any type of heat. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am phenomenal times 3. I am a good friend, a great mother, an amazing sister, and as my husband, a show enough good lover. I can spend my days buried in my bed or standing tall for the cause. See, I've been told to my face, baby, you cute in the face, but you're a little thick in the waist. And I keep wondering, is this you being nice to me or your chance to be mean to my face? See, I know this world. This world would prefer I stay some little mild-mannered princess. But baby, I stand before you a bold, full-figured queen. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am. You are, baby. We are phenomenal times 3. And that's that peace. Thank y'all so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And it fit. That was a nice ending to our episode. So thank you everybody for joining us. Very, very quickly, Bugsy, tell everybody how they can find you on social media.
You can find me on all social media platforms, Bugsy Calhoun, BUGSY CALHOUN. And that's it. You can find me. And if you find me, you can find her.
Nice. Miss Winterstorm, how can everybody find you?
You can find me using Karen Joyner or KL Joyner. That's me.
Nice. Chriso, tell everybody how they can find you.
You can find me at Chrisso_live poetry. Again, that is CHRISSO_live poetry.
Thank you. Surprise, tell everybody how they can find you.
You can find me at SIR_P_rise at Instagram, or you can just Google SIR-PRIZE.
Thank you. Ro Peach, tell everybody how they can find you on social media.
So you can meet at RoPHO6.621 on IG or simply Facebook. RoPHO.
Thank you. And Miss Tiffany K, how can everybody find you on social media?
Facebook is Tiffany Knowlton, KNOWLTON. IG is sweet_T_with_Tiffany.
Yep. And as you know, you can find us at the Private Room with Tiffany on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Is the Private Room WTB. The Private Room WTB. Follow us. Make sure that you catch everybody out there. Share, like, heart. Make sure you comment because we want to know what y'all thought of Surprise's song. Go get it. We're going to go ahead and close out with that. Everyone, have a good night. And thank you for being here on the Private Room.
Try to keep dropping. I want more money, his money, her money. I want their money, even faster, slow money. I want rain money, snow money, day and night money. I want cash money, cash at the Zelle money. I know what to do with it. I don't act a fool with it. I take them to school with it. See me making moves to get it.
Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that bread.